Okay, so today what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at adding a win condition and then playing the animation where they, the animation of them dying or their victory animation. And so that's pretty much it. Eventually we'll add score and stuff like that. And then if you've noticed, there are a lot of moves missing. And Chun-Li at the moment doesn't do anything. So we definitely need to add that in, add some move generation for Chun-Li, and just add all the crouch, the sweeps and all that. So we're going to be looking at that today, or not today, we'll be looking at that in the very near future. So this is what we have in store for today. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. Okay, so this is where we were, where we left off. Okay, and so what we want is we want to add some stuff, of course, and it seems like we don't really need any more variables up here. We have pretty much everything that we needed at that point. So let's see here. So let's go down to the animations. So right here, we want to add Chun-Li's knockout and the knockout mirror. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let Chun-Li KO. I guess we don't really need to do that. Okay, so these numbers are coming, remember these numbers are just coming from Chun-Li's sprite sheet, and we've looked at that before. And so here I'm just going to pull one of these just for the formatting. Okay, and so this one's going to start at 809, 839, 71, 100. Alright, so I'm just going to copy this a couple of times. So there are 4 frames to her knockout animation. Oops. Alright. And so here, this is going to be 886, 948, and this is going to be 1024. 839 is going to be the same. The width is going to change. So this one's going to be 59, this one's going to be 79, and this one is going to be 82. And then the 100 is good for the height. Okay, now this is the mirror. So Chun-Li KO mirror, and I'm just gonna pop these over a little bit. This is gonna be 572, 508, 434, and then 349. 839 is still fine on the Y. These should line up, but in kind of, well, this one's going to be 71, 71, 71. Oh, I don't know why I put 79 here. This is 71 as well. I knew these should have been lining up, but yeah, I had one wrong. Okay, so this looks good. And then we have Ken, who has some stuff going on. So let's go ahead and add a couple for Ken. we'll just call this Ken Victory 2. And he is only going to have 3 of these. And his is going to start off at 6, 8, 67. It's going to be 1 second. 867. This is going to be 43. And then Ken is going to be 119. I'll go ahead and change that across. It's going to be 57. 867 with the 43. This one is going to be 262. 867. 45 and 119. Okay, so this looks good for Ken Victory 2. And we'll just change this to Ken Victory 1. There's only one change, and it's that final frame. And so this is going to be 108. And then that's, you know, everything else is the same. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go down to Draw Projectiles. And this is where we are going to be seeing so this else statement right here is not really commented, but this is where maybe P2 should move to the left. But what we're going to do is after that else statement, we're going to check this condition. We're going to say if P2 remaining health is less than or equal to 0. And then what we want to do is so you can still hit the players as it is and cause damage. So we're just going to make sure that their health stays at 0 and not into negative numbers, because that does weird things to our health bar. So what we want to do at this point is we want to change Chun-Li's state. Okay, Chun-Li has died, and so, or got knocked out or whatever, and so we want to change her state. Player 2 state, and so we're going to change the state to okay. So let's see here. So player 2 state, we're changing the state, frames, auto repeat, and next state. So this looks good. We're going to play a sound. Well, play sound, not player sound. And it's going to be hopefully I got that right. So that is the link to the file within that directory. And then what we want to do is we want to reset the frame and frame count. So P2 frame is equal to 0. P2 frame count. Okay, perfect. And so this sets off the game over, or not the game over, but like the knockout animations, and then leading into the victory animations. Okay, and so we're gonna go to the victory animations here in a second, but we still have this. So this is just the projectiles from the right, and so now we need to go down to the projectiles from the left, and it's going to be very similar. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, and then under this else statement right here, we're going to put it right there. I don't know why and so this down here, we're not going to be in a mirror position because, and so this is going to be Chun-Li idle. But really, the next state, there is no next state after this. It's like, it should stay in this state. So this doesn't really matter all that much. And then all that's the same. Okay, so one thing we want to do is we notice that the game reset after there was a victory, and so we need to create a new function. Okay, and so we have some variables that we need to reset. So has entered game is going to be equal to true. So right now it's a little bit different because we don't have the whole select screen and stuff like that. So some of these are going to be true, but when we have the full game fleshed out, reset game might actually be some of these values might actually be false, or there might actually be a different reset function that resets it from game over, like you've lost the selected char counter is equal to 501. Doesn't look like this has been added, so we may have to go back and add that. Round time hasn't been added yet either. Maybe it has. We're going to set it back to 99. Start time is going to be equal to 0. And then we want to reset the player's position. So this is going to be P1X is equal to 190. P1Y is equal to 105. Scroll up. P2X is equal to 260. P2Y is equal to 92. We got our frame speed. We got our P2 frame speed. P1 frame. All right, so we got that. And what we want to do now is we want to, this is resetting the game, but it's going to take care of some other functionality. We're going to say if P1 remaining health is less than or equal to 0, we're going to say P2 wins plus plus. Okay. And likewise, if P2 remaining health. Okay. Now we're going to reset the health. We're going to say P1 remaining health is equal to 1,000. P2 remaining health is equal to 1,000. And the player 1 state. And I guess I could just get these from up here. So they are what we start with. Right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy these. And we're just going to pull them down here to our reset. Okay, so right here, just copied from the top. Okay, and that looks like that is it for that particular function. So what we want to do now is those victory and knockout animations, we want to start adding them in. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and add it in like right here. We'll make this an else if. This is going to say if okay, and I'm just going to pull this in down from here, right here. And this is going to say kin victory 1. So I'm just going to copy this right here. Oops. Okay. So that takes care of that, and what we want to do here is if we want to say if P1 frame is equal to 2, so this is the last frame of the kin victory animation. We want to extend that animation for a long time, well, until it resets the game, and so that's going to be equal to 5,000. Okay. And so the same thing is for kin victory 2. Just going to go ahead and paste this in. This is going to be an else if as well. We'll change the 1s to a 2. And that takes care of that. Okay. So the next thing we're probably going to be looking at is drawing Chun-Li's new animations. So right here, what we're going to do is we're going to draw it right here. So might as well. And we can go ahead and probably copy this, but this one there's a lot of movement in it, so we have to make that movement happen ourselves. It's not part of the actual animation sequence. So there's a sequence and then there's movement with the sequence, and so that's the hardest part of this one. And so what we're going to do here is, if this is Chun-Li KO, all right, what we want to do is we want to check the individual frames. So we're going to say if P2 frame is equal to 0. If it is, we're going to do this and copy that. think this should be just Chun-Li. We're not dealing with the mirror side. Okay. So Chun-Li KO, Chun-Li KO. And once I get this for this one, then it'll just be able to copy and paste further on down. Okay, and so what we want this, we want to change this P to frame speed. And the frame speed here is going to be 18. Now you can mess around with these settings a little bit and speed this animation up or slow it down, but I kind of messed with it quite a bit, and so you might want to kind of trust me on these settings. But if you do look at it and you say, it doesn't quite look right, then feel free to do you. So if it's less than -6, or if it's greater than -6, that means there's still room to move. And if there's still room to move, we want to move. If it's still within this frame, that means she's flying through the air. Okay, so we're going to do that. And the P2Y is always going to decrement. So P2Y. All right. And then else if, so here I'm just going to copy this because a lot of it's going to be the same. And we don't need this anymore. So this is going to be P2 frame is equal to 1. We don't do anything to the frame speed anymore, but what we want to do is if P2X, so this is good. If P2Y is greater than 92, then P2Y, this means that she has fallen to the ground and we don't want her to fall any farther than where she should be. Okay, so if she goes a little bit out of that range, we need to bring her right back to where she is. Okay. And then we have this. This is going to be 2. 2 is very similar. We're just going to get rid of the Y. And the frame speed becomes 8. And this looks good. And then the last thing is, and I guess these should be else ifs. Doesn't really matter, but it matters. And I guess this could be an else, but who cares? So here we have our P2 frame is equal to 3. This is the last frame. And if it is the last frame, well, we want this sucker to live a long time until the end of the game. And then what we want to do is we want to use the frame count. So this frame speed is going to, basically the frame count has to reach this frame speed before it changes the P2 frame. So we are going to go all the way up to 5,000. 5,000 is when the game actually resets. So somewhere between, 100 and 5,000, or whatever it might be. It might be 30 or something like that. But it starts off with at P2 frame equals 3. But somewhere around in between those numbers, we want the announcers to say you win and the Ken victory to start up or whatever. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to say if P2 frame count is equal to 100. If it's equal to 100, we're going to play that sound. So play sound. And all right, and then we're going to say sounds, announcer, SF2 underscore 14. Yes, it's a lot. Okay, you win wave, and we're going to set, now we're going to see I don't really remember if there is an actual different animation. It seemed right that he would hold up the 2 when he beat them twice, but maybe it's wrong. And if it is, feel free to change this. I'm really doing this game for me just to have something to do. So okay, state, frames, auto repeat, next state looks fantastic. And so here we're going to reset our frames and our frame count. So P1 frame is equal to 0. P1 frame count is equal to 0. Looks great. So we're just going to copy this, and we're going to say, why not? Just say else. And for the else condition, we're going to say can victory 2. All right. So that gets us through the winning thing. And now what we want to do is, after it says that you win, it might also say that it was perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this right here. We're going to paste this down here. And so if frame count was equal to 200 and P1 remaining health is equal to 1,000. So that means that it didn't lose any health. And so this is going to be 16. This is going to be perfect. Okay. And so that looks good there. And then finally, if P2 frame count is greater than or equal to 500, so this is where we actually reset the game. So 500 is, what we are saying is the time to move on. But you can feel free to change that. And we're going to call that function that we just made reset game. Okay. So this looks good. Now, this is for Chun-Li KO, and this is on the 3rd frame. And I guess we don't have the KO mirror, so I'm just going to copy this, because a lot of it's the same. This is just going to be an else if. Okay, and this is going to be KO mirror. And then one thing that will change, and not much else will, but this should say KO mirror all across. So from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a find and replace. So Chun-Li. And we'll do it from here. Okay, and I didn't want to go that far, but let's see here. Okay, so here we are. The other thing that we need to change here, this is this. This should say mirror, and I'll just do these. Okay, perfect. And that looks good. Okay, and so the next thing we probably need to look at is going to be collision. Okay, so we can just go ahead and so get rid of that. So this is where we want to focus our attention on. So if P2 remaining health is less than or equal to 0, well, we want to make sure that their health does not go below that. We need to change their state. In fact, I'll just go ahead and copy this. P2 state is going to be Chun-Li KO mirror. Frames are going to be 4. And that doesn't matter. Okay. And then we're going to play a sound. And I'm going to go ahead and this is going to be voices. It's going to be 68. And this is going to be KO Chun-Li. And then we need to reset the frame count, frame speed. So P2 frame is equal to 0. P2 frame count is equal to 0. And then frame speed. Okay, so that looks good there. And in fact, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. And then we're going to go down here. Right here, we're just going to paste this in. And this isn't going to be mirror. This is going to be just the regular KO. And everything else is the same. All right. Now, now let's go to our draw HUD. So right in here, we have some things to correct. So these are miscellaneous 2, and we use miscellaneous 2 all down here. So I'm just going to go ahead and change these to miscellaneous 2. So that changes that. And then there's another error here. So let's see here. Right here, this says 126. This should actually say 136. Okay. And then the final thing that we probably want to do is, well, actually, that might actually be it. Let's see. It's never that easy, is it? Syntax error on line 344. Okay, 344 should be easy. have had that same thing where I just copied and pasted right here. Okay, let's see what that does. This may take a while, but you know, this is all part of the process. 411. Function reset function. 430. I'm sure y'all caught that. Ooh, we're getting closer. Player state is not defined for 584. This is not good. Okay, if it is undefined, player state dot state. Let me go back to this. Well, player state should be defined. Oh, of course it's not. Player one state. Hopefully that fixes things. All right, so let's see if we get any errors here. So far, so good. Go ahead and look at that. So this is going to be inside of draw Chun-Li, although there may be some other things going on here. So inside of draw player 2, let's see here. Let's just make sure that I did everything correctly. That's a big ask, especially since it's midnight and I should be going to sleep. But we're close. How can we sleep when we're so close, right? Okay. So I don't care about, actually I do care about this. So if player 2 state dot state is equal to Chun-Li KO, then we're going to draw Chun-Li a frame speed of 18, Chun-Li KO, Chun-Li KO. We might want to go and double check Chun-Li KO up at the top, but this is 1200. I'll come back to, or this is actually 1091. Okay, let's go up to the top and just double check that. Okay, Chun-Li KO. All that looks the same. So we need to investigate elsewhere. So if P2x is greater than or equal to -6, we're going to subtract and subtract. That looks good. Okay. Oh, so that's right here. We want to do something. So we want to say P2y plus equals 4. Okay. So I'm going to copy this because we'll need it down here as well. That looks good. Oh, here we don't need this anymore because that's going to keep it moving. So all this stuff looks good. Here we need to add this one to the Chun-Li KO mirror, and then we need to take this stuff out. Okay, I'm thinking that that's going to look a whole lot better. Let's just double check. Okay, well, goes to the right direction. Perfect. Wrong direction. Okay, well, let's see here. Maybe there's something else I am missing. Of course there is, right? Oh. So for the mirror, we can't rely on the old numbers. I just copied and pasted and put it down here. But this changes a lot. So here we're going to say P2x 470 and then P2x plus equals 2. P2x less than 470 and P2x plus equals 2. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, and then Yeah, so let's see. We're getting close, but there are still some issues. Okay, so the P2Y stuff is not correct. So here, if P2Y P2Y plus equals 4. And then this one, this should also be plus equals 4. And then this should be minus equals minus, right here. Look at that. It should be minus equals. So it's minus equals here. Oh, wait. That doesn't make any sense now. So minus and then plus. Chun-Li mirror. We have minus equals. Then we have plus equals. Okay, you go up, you go down. Go up, go down. You go up, then you go down. Well, I don't think that fixed anything. Don't think it fixed anything at all. Just looking at this, guess I should push pause on the video. Okay, so it took a while because I went to sleep last night, and if you look, it's the next night. But you know, it actually didn't take a while. I figured it out today, but I was so tired. So what happens is that when we are in Chun-Li KO, we don't have any hurt boxes, hit boxes, or push boxes, okay? So none of these things exist, so we're just going to go ahead and make them blank arrays, okay? So they still have the same type, they're an array, but there's nothing there, okay? And the same thing with the mirror. There's going to be basically nothing there, and that's going to allow it so that there's no frame resets because of any kind of box collisions or anything like that, okay? And so let's go ahead and see what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and put this over here, and let's just go ahead and I think we fixed this slide bug in previous video. Where we can slide in.
Perfect.
Something went awry. And we went straight to the So why wouldn't it be doing that? So we have kin victory 1, kin victory 2. Okay, well, let's just do a little. Okay, so this should play, and we are going from, this is Chun-Li KO. We're just seeing if this ever gets assigned, okay? Chun-Li KO 2. And then down here, we're just gonna say Chun-Li KO mirror. Chun-Li KO mirror 2. Okay? Okay, so let's just look at that. So we do fix that. We did fix that in the previous video. I'm not sure why this code is different. I think it's because I had this. I fixed it in the last video. So this is clean. Alright. So something real quick. Well, we had that working, and then I fix something, and when I fix something, and then it breaks, right? Isn't that how it works? You fix one thing, you break another. So do that, and then we get down here, and it does say you win, and these things look like they happen. Let's try and beat him from the other direction.
You win. Perfect.
Oh wait, there it already. That I have this working, like I have this code working in another window, but when I wrote it out with y'all, you know, I have some kind of error. So So this should play Chun-Li KO mirror. That means that the player state has been set to Kin Victory 1. Does it get set anywhere else down here? Not that I see. console.log player one state dot state. And this is going to get pretty rough looking, but let's see what happens here. And I'm just going to inspect it. Follow player one dot state, player one state, and we're gonna find it in the next. So okay, I think what's happening is inside of controls. All right, so let me go ahead and just double check what's going on here, just to see if this is not a problem. Yeah, okay. So inside of controls, what we want to do is we want to check to see if there is a kin victory, because we don't want the controls to be active during this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to say so what we're going to do is we're going to say if player one state dot state is equal to kin victory 1, or I'm just going to copy this because I'm super lazy. Player one state victory 2. All right, that just means that we're going to do nothing. We want nothing to happen. And then this is going to be an else if that says, hey, if it's not kin victory, we can do all this other stuff. Okay, and so let's actually check to see what's going on there.
You win. Perfect.
one thing that I'm seeing is in this draw HUD. So let me go down to draw HUD. I think we messed something up here. And this is going to be right here. So if P2 wins is equal to 1, we see this 1. Oh, I think this is being, oh wait, this is something else. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. This should be 1, and this should just be an else if, but I don't think that, oh, this is P2 wins, and we're P1. Oh wait, nope, just joking, dudes. So this is the issue right here. This is P1 wins, and if it's 2, we're going to do this. Okay, so that takes care of that issue. And the only other issue I saw was Ken stepping forward on his victories. And let me just double check. So these are at 100, and then this is 119. So we need to subtract 19 from that victory stance. Okay, so right here, we're going to do PY minus 19, PY minus 19, and we are going to check to see if that
You win. Perfect.
Okay, so that does conclude this video. There is one thing that you should still have code for, and that is to correct the sliding issue. I'm going to clear that up in my next video so that we won't even have to go over it again. I might just point it out very quickly, but we're not going to go over that code again. It just didn't make it into this part of the tutorial series because I did it on the fly of that tutorial series. I just said, hey, this doesn't seem right, let's fix it right now, and this one had already been created. Okay, and so I'm going to fix that for tutorial 11, and I'll point it out, but we won't go over that code. Okay, so this is we came a long way. Now we have like victories for Ken, we have knockouts, we have, you know, the health bar registering. We have quite a bit going on. It's starting to look a little bit more fully fleshed out. Now we're going to be adding some moves for Ken, and then we're going to also add some moves for Chun-Li, because Chun-Li has moves. She can do stuff. Okay, so. For instance, she can, let's just look at it. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the actual game I programmed. It's not Street Fighter 2. Okay, so this is all just JavaScript, as you can see. This is backwards.
Round 1.
So yeah, this is where we're at. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's some things that I've fixed along the way. For instance, notice that there's some sound that we have that is not in this final version, but you can kind of see how more complete that this final version is, even without some of the little fixes that we've had in our work. Now that's not the one that we have in our current tutorial is actually a better animation of that death kill. But basically it's all the same, you know, but the great thing is Chun-Li has, you know, she has moves, she can do stuff, and so it's actually, you know, very simple AI, but it works. So that's where we're headed to. I hope you're gonna join me for the ride. I may start adding the code base that we're going to I may start adding, like I did with my Zelda tutorial series where I had the code. So inside GitHub repos, so you can follow along and compare your code to mine and stuff like that, or just steal my code. So that's where we're at. That's where we're headed. And I will see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. This is interesting. There's like 80% of you are viewers that do not subscribe, and it costs you nothing. It asks nothing of you. Once you subscribe, you don't get any notifications. You'd have to turn those on. It just says, hey, I like this guy's content, and you know, that's it. So if you are one of those people that are watching this but you're not subscribed, you know, why not? There is no downside at all. And look at how cool things are going to be to come. So just keep that in mind, and